Welcome and happy holidays to all. Are you ready for an exciting announcement? Starting today, November 10th, you can create your very own holiday adventure. With Christmas Jamboree, a winter holiday-based game jam on my itch page. Make a game showing what Christmas or any winter holiday means to you. Your biggest challenge is to try something new when making your game. You can use any RPG Maker system, and as this is not ranked, you can use any pre-existing assets, yours or others. Make sure to give credit. I do ask that you try to keep your music and sounds copyright/royalty free, as I will play every game submitted on my channel, and I mean every game as long as it's appropriate. On that note, do try and keep the games rated T and under for the same reasons as listed above. This jam is for fun, so even if you don't finish your game, if it's playable, submit it. When we push ourselves to try something new, it doesn't always work out, but that doesn't mean our efforts were for nothing. I really want to see every single one of your games if you try and make one for this, so please, please, please submit it. Follow the link in the description to find the jam page, and I hope to see you on the 22nd when the jam is over. Alright, I hope y'all are excited for the game jam, and in addition to that fun announcement, I have another video to show you. It is going to be a demonstration of a technique on how to make a cool menu that is not just the default menu, because while you can spruce that up a little, it's always very similar among each of the games, so this is kind of to show you how to make a more unique one. So as always, let's start with a demonstration. I keep saying I'm going to turn that audio off and then I don't. Okay, so like regular game, regular little town, right? Open the menu. Oh, what is this? Well, let's hit this one. Oh, it opened the menu. Okay, let's try this one. I have the face graphic. I don't know why it's not showing it. Oh, it opened that. What about this one? Oh, see, there's the face graphic. It's just loading really slow for some reason. This one. Oops, wrong. This one. And then that one. And the menu's gone. Woo! Alright, so this is a tutorial on how to make a custom menu. I'm purposely clicking the keys very loud so you can see that I'm shuffling through all this. I guess I can hold it down to do that. Anyways, let me show you how it's done. Alright, to start off, you're going to need this event right here. It's the only event you need on the map, but you need it on every map. Actually, that's a lie. Ignore me. This is just something you need to have happen at the beginning of your game, which turns off menu access, which is counterproductive, I know, but you want that old thing gone. Most of this takes place in a common event. But you want to disable menu access, turn the switch random 1 on. That's just what I named it. You can name it whatever the heck you want. I just couldn't think of a name, and I was looking at my list of switches, and there's just random stuff everywhere. So I was like, random, sure. And then that's just into this event. I have it set to parallel, so it auto-runs. I realize what I just said is an oxymoron, but ignore that. Alright, so you'll see that there are actually 2 events here. This one, I couldn't get to work, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me why. And then I realized, for this step, now I fixed it. But everything inside of it, I only had the first option nestled in this step, so everything else wasn't, so that's why it was broken. So, moral of the story, go through every line of code and make sure you have it working right. But anyways, this actually is inspired by a tutorial on rpgmakerweb.com. I will leave the link down to that in the description if you're more of a visual learner. I guess this is visual learning. if you want a full picture of this, I modified it a little. Because I have more options available in the menu, but it'll show you a bunch of stuff there too. So anyways, starts off with a weight. This is set to parallel, and when the switch random 1 is turned on, this will work. If button cancel is being pressed, that's like the X button. It's the button you normally use to open up the menu. Then it shows all of these pictures. I should probably actually show you all of these before I continue. So I have this, if it's ever going to load, set to the screen size, so I don't have to worry about everything, like having to center it and everything, so it auto-centers it. So even if I didn't have this fill the entire menu and it was just like something in the center, I'd still probably make it the same size as the screen as your resolution. I'll show you where to find that in a sec. But just for ease of access, then I have each of the individual icons. I don't know why they asked me to do this. I never use it. But anyways, yes, I do actually. I do use it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, back to the comment a bit, actually. Sorry. First I told you was to find your resolution. So you go into your database, and you go down to System 2, then under Advanced Settings on the far right, you'll see your screen width and your screen height. That is your resolution. Anyways, back to the comment of it. I show the background picture, then I show each of the individual icons. Then I tint the first picture to, this is the ones they have it set to a white. You can do whatever your personal preference is here. Then weight tint frames. These are basically to make sure the system doesn't get overloaded and gives it a second to think before it freaks out. Then I turn this variable, random 1, gee, I'm creative in naming, and that's also what the tutorial told me to do. And I have it set equal to 1. That means that this one, the first item in this case is the item menu, will be selected. Then the loop starts. This, I finally, someone showed me how to do this. This is how to stop your player from moving during an event. You have them wait, and don't have it set to wait. But I mean, like, you know, for the wait for completion option, don't have that on and have the player set to wait. And then it'll lock the player up until the event ends, just so they're not moving around while all this is happening. And that way, when you're hitting the left and right arrows, goodness, sorry, the player won't be moving with them too. There's also a way to freeze everyone on the event. I would highly suggest getting a plugin to do that. However, if you would just go through and do the same exact thing for every single event, which is kind of a pain in the butt, so I suggest the plugin. Then here, if button left is being pressed, control variable random subtract 1. Then wait frames. So we go, I'm only going to go into one of these, then you'll know how it works from there. I have subtract selected, then by 1, and that's how that works. This one is right, add 1. So if you're moving to the left, I'm moving my hands like you can see them. If you're moving to the left, then you're going down the grid. If you're moving to the right, you're going up the grid. If you go too far to the left, you will eventually get to 0, which means you haven't selected anything. So you don't want that, so it'll jump you to the other end. You can have it just so it keeps jumping you back to 1, and you don't loop through the entire thing, but I have it, and this is how the tutorial has it, so you loop through the entire thing, so it'll bring you to 6 at the very end. And then the same thing, if you go past 6 to 7, it'll bring you back to the other end. Then it will highlight it. This is just defaulting all of them to normal. Then this is the same value that you selected earlier, so you're probably going to want to copy paste it or make sure, double check that your numbers are the same. And these are a bunch of conditional branches. So if random 1 variable equals 1, then it tints picture 11 to show that you have selected picture number 11. Then it goes through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and so on and so forth. The reason I have the numbers for these guys is, again, the tutorial showed me this, but the logic behind it is that if you have pictures for like lighting effects and everything, you're usually not going to have up to 10 of those. So by starting this at 10, it means it's not going to interfere with any pictures you may have going on the map. Sorry, my cold is not completely gone yet, so I'm having to take drinks of water if I want to continue talking without a coughing fit. So this is how you control if you're going to select each of those. So if you're on 1, this is something I copied directly from the website. It's a script call. I don't know any of these. I have to Google them every time I want to use one. So kudos to the people who put these online. Thank you. Because I know how to block code. I don't know how to actually code. Screen manager.push, scene item, then semicolon to end it. This one, it's just the same except for skill, equip, status, options, save. Just to know which one you're trying to do, and then at the set to do it. Then once you get past that, if you hit cancel, then that means it'll back you out of the entire menu. While you're in these scenes, it's kind of in limbo and it's running its own thing, so when you cancel out of them, it doesn't cancel out of the total thing, it just puts you back into this loop. But once cancel is being pressed, I want this to be triggered, but it works, so I'm not going to mess with it. Have it erase all of the pictures, break the loop. Ignore that. That is old from something I was trying to do that didn't work out. Then it breaks the loop and then waits 10 frames and ends. If it doesn't break the loop, then it'll go through all of this. It will not do the 10 frames. It'll do the 1 frame. Then it'll jump you all the way back up to the top of the loop and play it again. No, I want to save those. So anyways, let me show you one more time. It in action. Okay, so see, ignore my really crappy graphics. This is items, it's supposed to be a satchel. I hit it, I pull up the script call to call the item, I'm in that limbo area, I cancel, brings me back to this. I cancel again, I'm out of the menu. The player can't move around while I'm going left and right, unless I really spam it. But, I mean, that's all you'd have to do is increase the weight on the player. Because see, when I'm just holding down left or just holding down right, it does nothing. I have to spam left and right to get them to move at all. So that would just be increasing the wait time is all you'd have to do for that one. But anyways, it works for all of these. You know, select, it calls the equip menu, status menu, and then you can still use Q and E to go between party members. I just only have one party member. I don't have formation on here. Let me also show you. So I can show you the code for it. Not what I meant to hit. This is the one I screwed up and I was trying to do. You'll notice on this one, on this event, there are 2 options. So this was, I had pictures somewhere, but I had it, instead of being 1 row, it was 2 rows. So there was up and down added to this, so it was set to random 2. And the way random 2 worked is there were 2 rows. There we go. There were 2 rows. There were 3 on the top row and 3 on the bottom row. So if random 1 and random 2 equals 1, that means you're in your top left spot. It would show this picture, random 2. So row 1, spot 2, row 2, spot 1, etc. And then it would go through the same thing, but with row 2, column 1, 2, 3, and then it would just do the exact same thing, except for with 2. So yeah, that's how you would do it. If you had 3 rows, you'd need 3 random variables and just so on and so forth and keep adding to that. But yeah, that is pretty much how that works. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see your entries for the jam. And enjoy the rest of your week, month, year, day, whatever you're watching this. Bye!